Hey gang, welcome back today. I'm Mark Rosen, you can call me Coach Rozy. We're here today to do our hip complex. So many times what we see with our athletes, when we're throwing, when we're batting, even if we're basketball players and doing mobility type things, football players, really any sport where we have to be able to use our hips for power, use our hips for mobility, for agility, to run, to be faster. We want to make sure our hips are really open and mobile. This is a great exercise. We call it our hip complex, to be able to open up that capsule through our hips and make sure that our back's also loosened up. I got Renette here today. What she's going to do is we're going to start in all fours. And from this position, what we literally do is we do what we call the fire hydrant. So she's going to take her leg and bring her knee up. We're going clockwise. Normally we do 10 to 15 repetitions clockwise, and then we're going to go counterclockwise for 10 or 15 repetitions. What you see, this really opens up, so this hip capsule starts to be able to loosen that up, open that hip for internal and external rotation. If I'm a baseball pitcher, I have to really have good internal rotation if I'm coming through on a throw or an outfielder wanting to get that ball all the way into the infield. So we're going to do, like we say, that fire hydrant, 10 to 15 clockwise, 10 to 15 counterclockwise. Our next progression, what we're going to do is what we call just a mule kick. She's taking her heel and kicking all the way to the top. What you see is you get great glute, booty activation, tying in with the back. What we're looking for is we don't want to rotate as we get this movement. I don't want to rotate to open my hip to get that range of motion. We want to make sure we stay square. We talk all the time about dynamic stability and then static stability. So we want to be static and hold here, be very dynamic as we move through our legs. So we're going to do those mule kicks. Same thing, right leg, left leg, 10 to 15 reps. Our next progression, what we're going to do, you can see she straightened her leg out, toes going to be pointed into the ground, toes going to be up. This translates and carries over when we're doing some of our speed work or change of direction work too. So her toes going to be up towards her shin. She's going to be lifting from her glute and her back. Same thing, we're doing 10 to 15 toe taps, straight-legged toe taps. That works this whole backside chain. So she's going to do, normally she's only going to do 5 or 6 here. Normally she'll do 10 to 15. Last one in our progression, what we're going to do is she's going to do a 90-degree toe tap. So again, now we're doing two different things. We're getting the glute activated, we're getting the back activated, but we're also opening up that hip capsule sideways. What we want to look to make sure we're getting is that the foot's tapping and lifting. You'll see a lot of times our athletes, they'll slide that foot along the ground. That's not what we're looking for. I got to lift to engage the back, the glute, and also then get the hip. And what this does too is then stretch that hip flexor out so we have good mobility through the hips. Incorporate this into your program as a warm-up. After your dynamic warm-up, this is a great exercise to be able to do. If you get to the ball field, basketball court, whatever you do, whatever sport you might be involved in, this is simple, easy to do. You can do it right on the floor, do it on the baseball field, when you get to the practice field. Really quick exercise. It literally takes 3 to 5 minutes to be able to do, and you'll be ready to go.